going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Happy Saturday. Lone Wolf, thank you so much for the raid. I just jumped over. Forgot I was going live. If it wasn't for you reminding me, I don't know if I would be here. I'm only half joking. Anyways, hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Another giant thank you to everybody who has been helping out Haley. Quick update. She's almost at 23,000. She's well over 22,000. I think I saw 22,700 something. So, killing it. You guys are killing it. All right, let's watch some court. Not going to recap yesterday. If you want to recap yesterday, you can watch last night's video, or if you came from Lone Wolf, you just saw it. So let's just watch some court. Let's just have some fun. Enjoy Saturday. We are going to start off with Judge O'Donnell. I've got 2 back-to-back clips from him. Yeah, so let's go. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Ms. Smith?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to review the alleged violations with Mr. Kachas and discuss those with him, as well as the potential penalties. It is my understanding at this time he intends to admit to the violations and proceed to sentence. I believe he'll be doing so in a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary manner.
All right, is that what you want to do?
Yes,
What is your plea to the violation?
guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. What do you have to say?
I messed up.
Why didn't you show up?
I should have called. Well, this last time I was having issues. I didn't go to work and my back was hurting, and I should have called on Friday, and I didn't call till Monday, and it's
All right, you were here on June 3rd.
yeah.
And
And then the other time-
and on June 3rd, you were given 9 additional days, but the release to Turning Point as soon as a bed was available. When did you go to Turning Point?
What as soon as that? What was I can't remember what date that was. But yeah, right after that I went.
How long were you there?
2 months.
Okay. So, Ms. Randallson, when did he not report the first time? He was to report every week,
He was to
correct?
report every week, yes.
And he was informed that he was to report every week?
He was.
Okay,
Now,
and,
when I first saw him for the first time, Your Honor, I told him, since you just had a violation and just got out of treatment, you're back to weekly report.
okay, when was that?
So I have him, down for August 9th.
Okay, so that was the first time?
Yes, but I'm pulling up, that's what I have wrote down on my paper, but I'm pulling up his reporting just to be positive. But I'm pretty sure that the August 9th was the first time,
Okay,
and then I didn't see him again until August 19th.
okay, why didn't you show up on August 16th then? Like you
I
were
think-
supposed to?
I thought it was. I must have been paying attention. I thought it was every 2 weeks, and this last time that she informed me that it was every week again, and I understood that. And then the last time it was because I didn't go to work, and I should have called her right away, and I
Okay,
didn't.
so when you showed up, Kim, when he showed up on August 19th, did you say, why weren't you here when you were supposed to be here?
I did every time that he came, Your Honor. Every
Yeah.
time that he came, I'd say, Brian, you are not twice a month, you are to see me every week.
Okay, so when did he show up after August 19th?
September 4th.
Okay, which is more than a week.
Yes.
Why didn't you show up until September 4th?
I don't remember what that was. I just thought this last time I remember her saying it's not every 2 weeks, and I had to come every week the last time I seen her, and then I had an issue with my back, and then I should have called right away. And then that's the last thing I remember.
Okay? So you showed up September 4th. You didn't show up on September 11th. Why not?
Was this last time?
You tell me.
What's the date?
The allegation is you didn't show up the 11th or the 26th. Why didn't you show up on the 11th?
I don't.
I mean, what didn't you understand about you have to report every week?
I didn't. I thought for some reason I wasn't. It's stupid, I guess. I didn't think about it. I didn't. If I can talk right, I didn't. I thought it was every 2 weeks until this last time when I actually heard her say it. I must not have been paying. Sometimes I don't pay attention.
Why not? Why weren't you paying attention?
I don't know.
Here, let's short circuit this. The reason you didn't show up every week is because you didn't want to show up every week. And the reason you didn't want to show up every week is because you were using drugs.
I was not using drugs.
You were not using drugs. Okay. Well, I guess we could have cleared that up by showing up every week and being tested, right?
Yes.
That would have cleared that up. Then we wouldn't even have this discussion
Yes.
because you wouldn't be here.
I said that's.
Okay.
I should
So-
have done that.
So here's the thing with you. You were selling drugs
Yes.
to the narcotics agency. And so you pled guilty on December 9th of 21. On February 2nd, I sent you to prison for 30 months. On October 27 of 22, I let you out early, put you on 5 years of community control. You violate in April of 24. On April 9th of 24, as a result of that violation, I don't send you back. I keep you on community control with conditions of treatment again, because when I let you out, it was for treatment. When you violated on April 9th, I kept you on community control and sent you more treatment. A month later, you're arrested. By Painesville Police. There's another violation. You plead guilty to the violation May 14th. I sentenced you on June 3rd, and I kept you out again. Sent you to Turning Point.
I did. I did everything I was supposed to do there, and I thought I did good. They told me I did good.
Okay, but then you just said to hell with it, I'm not going to show up, or I'll show up when I want to show up. That's what you did. Now, I don't understand you. You would think sending you to prison, that was the first time you went to prison, right?
Yeah.
You would think that would have jolted you into getting your shit together, right? Okay? And then particularly when I let you out, and cut that 30-month sentence down to about 8 or 9 months, that would have triggered something like, I better figure this out.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You kept using, and I kept you on. You kept using, I kept you on. And now you just don't show up, which tells me you're using. You can deny it all you want. I mean, we have this regular conversation every few months where I say something and you deny it, okay? So you can deny it all you want, but there's a good reason that a meth addict doesn't show up, because they know how to time their use and when it will show up in a urine screen and when it won't show up. So you just don't get this whole thing. What else do you want to tell me?
I don't really have anything else. I just screwed up. Come on, I will be there every week, and I did my
Well,
drug
you won't be
test.
there every week because you weren't there every week.
Well, I will be.
No, you won't. Okay, because Kim is a pretty intelligent, plain speaking individual. Okay, and so I'm 100% convinced that the first time you saw her, she said, because you just had a violation, you need to show up every week. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the first time you showed up, after that, 10 days after the first time, that she said, what are you doing? You need to be here every week, okay? Now, but you didn't want to do it. So here we are. Ms. Smith?
Your Honor, as indicated by Mr. Kachis, his reasoning as provided to the court was a lack of understanding. Mr. Kachis has been providing negative drug screens and would ask the court to take that in consideration when imposing sentence.
Okay, well, I'll give that the consideration that it's due, and which is not much in my mind, because you showed up when you wanted to in order to avoid giving a positive screen. Okay? And your lack of understanding, if that's true, which it's not, okay, it's not true. You understood exactly what you were supposed to do. You call it a lack of understanding. Let's assume for a minute it is a lack of understanding. Why in the world wouldn't you understand when you're told directly after violating again and again and again? Why would you not understand what you're being told? Because you don't care about it. That's why. So it's obvious to me that you're no longer amenable to community control. So I'm going to terminate your community control. I'm going to reimpose the sentence of 30 months in prison with credit for 209 days and the costs. And then when you get out, you might be on post-release control for up to 2 years under the parole authority. If you are placed on post-release control and you violate any conditions, a parole authority could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. If that violation is a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for that violation, the maximum of which would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Anything else, Ms. Smith?
Not this time, Your Honor.
All right, we're adjourned.
There's nothing else I could do?
The judge has the best walk-off. He just walks off the bench. He does it all the time. He does it again in the next clip as well. Yeah, that guy's not going to be skipping any tests for a while. He's got 30 months in jail, prison. Yeah, I think he understands what he needs to do now. All right. We're staying in the same court, same judge. One more case in front of him. Then we're going to start bouncing around a little bit. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today.
Complete the program at Edna House and follow all recommendations. You left on February 27th. You've been gone ever since. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Tomaszek, what does she want to do?
Thank you, Your Honor. I had a chance to speak with Ms. Talbert. She would like to admit to the probation violation today.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your plea to the violation?
Guilty, Your Honor.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. Where the hell you been?
I'm going to be honest with you, sir. I've been running the streets.
Why?
Not doing what I'm supposed to do because
Why not?
I wasn't ready to do
Well, when are you ready? I mean, why don't we set a calendar that gives you the schedule? You can tell me when you're ready. Sometime in 26, 27, 28, would you like to, you want me to let you out on bond so you can run the streets and then you can come back when you're ready?
No, sir.
Okay, now. You got four assaults.
Hey, Mama Wolf, good to see you. Go ahead and lurk. Again, thank you so much, Lone Wolf, for the raid. May have said thank you right before you joined. I don't know. I saw you in the comments, but it might be right before you joined. But Lone Wolf, thank you so much for your raid. And Karen Brasher, thank you for hanging out.
As a juvenile, a bunch of probation violations.
Yes, sir.
You got a harassment with a bodily substance in Trumbull County. In December.
Yeah, and I just saw John pop up. Trying to find his comment real quick. Where'd you go, John? There we go. John, thank you so much for the PayPal last night. You sent it after the stream, but thank you so much, John. I appreciate it, and I will. I absolutely will. Okay, now we can go.
You were 21. When you were 20 years old, you get sent to NeoCap. You bolt out the door at NeoCap. You were sent to NeoCap by Judge Logan after you didn't show up a bunch of times for probation.
Yes, sir.
You bolt out the door at NeoCap. So I put you on probation. Where was the first place you went?
To a CBCF in Lorraine County.
And you left that place. How long were you at that place?
Not that long, Your Honor.
Why did you leave?
I believe I got into some trouble. I think I got dishonorably discharged.
Why?
Dishonorably discharged. You know, I don't know if that's the term that they use at the drug facilities, or I don't know why I call it drug facility, like the rehab facilities that you go to avoid jail. Dishonorably discharged. Sounds like she was in the military. Sally Part, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 5 new members. That is awesome, Sally. Thank you.
I think I got into it with one of the females there.
Why?
Because, well, I don't want to blame it on her. I have to put some of it on myself as well. But she threw mulch, and I reacted to it in a way that I shouldn't have. I should have been more adult, and I should have walked away, and I didn't, and I chose not to. So that caused them to dishonorably discharge me.
And you left Edna House, why?
I left Edna House because, honestly, I wasn't ready to stop getting high.
Why didn't you tell me that back in February so I could just send you to prison? Then you can go to prison and get all the meth you want and get high.
Because that's not what I want. I don't want to go to prison, and I don't want to get high anymore.
Okay. You have a funny way of showing it. What's this burglary all about?
They tried to say that I broke into my sister's house, but my sister gave me permission. That's why the charges got dropped. My sister's the one that has my daughter. The neighbors said that they seen somebody breaking into her house, but I wasn't breaking into her house because she gave me permission. And that's why she didn't pursue with the charges. And they got dropped. I had went to my sister's house to see my daughter.
One of the things that has been related to me is that you resent having to listen to other people tell you what to do. Is that right?
I resent other people telling me what to do. No, I have an issue. I had an issue with authority.
With what?
Like, not authority, but I wasn't used to having a schedule, having a set schedule. Or
why not?
Because you can't be used to something you've never had.
Well, how can you get used to it if you never implement one?
Well, I wasn't.
When are you gonna do that?
I started the day that I got arrested from Trumbull County.
When?
On the 15th.
We,
And I honestly, before the 15th, I wasn't ready to stop using drugs. And
why not?
because I wasn't happy.
What is the great benefit that you've gotten from using drugs such that you want to keep doing it? What's the benefit?
I
When
don't know,
your
I wanted
client
to-
checks in, we'll take
I
your
wanted
case
to
up, okay?
escape it.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do
I
appreciate it.
wanted to escape.
Yep, it would not be a stream of mine if I didn't just do that. Let's see. Do I just skip that, or am I going to try to
From
fix it?
the reality of life.
Yep.
Like,
Try to
I'm
fix
not
it.
used to, I wasn't used to having a schedule, having a set schedule, or
Why not?
because you can't be used to something you've never had.
Well, how can you get used to it if you never had one?
Well,
Just a bad editing mistake on my side. That's all it was. I've got 10 courts running at one time. Generally, I keep most of them on pause, but when they take long recesses, I don't usually pause them, so I just hear when they come back. But yeah, I don't always remember to go pause it when I'm recording a clip. So, yep, just bad editing. That's all that was.
wasn't.
When are you going to do that?
I started the day that I got arrested from Trumbull County.
When?
On the 15th. And I honestly, before the 15th, I wasn't ready to stop using drugs. And
Why not?
because I wasn't happy.
What is the great benefit that you've gotten from using drugs such that you want to keep doing it? What's the benefit?
I don't know. I wanted to escape it. I don't know. I wanted to escape from the reality of life in some type of way, and that was my escape.
So I've never done methamphetamine. So when you're under the influence of it, does that eventually wear off?
It's just like, for me, it was just like, at first, I was using opiates because I didn't want to be up. But then I started having bad nightmares. So then I didn't want to go to sleep. I didn't know which was worse, my life or my dreams.
Okay, so that's what you weren't, so that whole thing, you weren't ready to give that up?
No, I wasn't ready to accept myself, Your Honor.
Okay. So what benefit did that provide to you?
Nothing. It just took and it took and it took and it took. It took everything.
Okay, now, wasn't that the purpose of going into treatment? To try to figure this stuff out, to stop using the drugs, to figure out why you were using the drugs, and to get yourself in a position where you're not listening to people tell you what you have to do every waking moment?
Sir.
Wasn't that the point of it?
Yes, sir.
But you didn't want to do that.
No, sir. I wasn't ready, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Honest to God, people tell me they weren't ready. I don't have the foggiest idea what that means.
It means I wasn't ready to accept myself. I wasn't ready to accept the fact that you were willing to fight for me when I wasn't willing to fight for myself. I wasn't willing to accept the help that other people were willing to give me. I wasn't ready for that. I had to be ready to save myself before I could let you save me, or I could let the people
I don't save anybody. I don't save anybody.
For now he is. He's not going to be on YouTube for a while. I don't know a lot because I'm not really asking him a ton of those type of questions. I did ask him when he thinks he's going to be back to his normal spot in the courthouse, and he says hopefully by the first of the year, but not really sure he's going to be on YouTube. Hopefully when he returns back to his courtroom, then they'll let him turn YouTube back on, but I don't know. It might not be for a while. Speaking of which, I did steal a clip from him when I was there yesterday. It's only about 2 minutes, but It's him on the bench. So I meant to put that in the video this morning. So it looks like that's gonna be tomorrow night. But yep, Jess. No idea if YouTube's coming back for him. It's not his decision. Let's say that.
All I do is impose conditions on people that may or may not help them help themselves. I've never saved a person. I don't have the ability to save a person. I don't have the power to save a person.
I have to want to save myself, Your Honor.
So there's really nothing I can do for you. Because you haven't listened to a goddamn thing I've said. So the only good thing about today is I ain't sentencing you today. Otherwise, you would be on a really tight schedule in a place that you never want to go. You know, this stuff about you, I mean, your past is your past. And it wasn't very pleasant, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing you can do to change what happened, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can do one of two things. How old are you now?
I'm 23, Your Honor.
23. You can either spend the next several decades coming into places like this and talking about how bad it was in the past and it's hopeless, you can't do anything about it, or you can do something about it. I can't do a thing about it. So you're 23 with 2 felonies, and the fact that you're a soft-spoken person who tries to elicit sympathy doesn't work very well. So knock off the shit, okay? Listen to Ms. Tomazik, and then maybe you won't go to prison. Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Again with the walk-off. Telling you, that's a powerful move. I don't even know if he does it for a power move, but it is. It is almost like a superhero landing. Colin Deadpool. All right. Now we're gonna jump around a little bit. I do not remember what order I have these clips in. I know Judge Boyd is at the very end of the video. That's all I really remember. So I'm not even gonna try to guess. Yeah, let's go.
Bro, we didn't get a PC for her, did we?
No, we did not.
Yeah, that's a negative, Judge. We didn't get a PC.
All right, good enough. Do you know anything about it, Mr. Marcinski?
Just that the referral came in on September 27th. I've started the process of charging it. It looks like I intend to charge it, but
Well, there's nothing for me to do until you charge it, so. All right,
I have a Mr. Timothy Reed here for our first appearance as well, Judge.
Timothy Reed. Oh, yeah, I do have that. Mr. Reed, it's like you're arrested on allegation of domestic battery. Probable cause was found on that. Your bond is set at $5,000. You can post that cash or professional surety, which is a bondsman. There's a list of bondsmen there at the jail who can bond you out. If you do bond out, you need to be back in court October 17th at 9 a.m. Special condition on your bond, you're not to have any contact with Diana Winesberry. In the meantime, you can hire your own attorney. If you can't afford to hire one, you can apply for court-appointed attorney. The application's there at the jail. All right. October 17th at 9 a.m. is when you need to be back in court if you make that bond, okay? Are you hearing me okay, Mr. Reed?
Yes, sir. I just, dang, you can't let me OR out, sir. I gotta be at work at 2:30. Yesterday I was, anyway, I didn't even do this. I know I gotta talk to you later.
Right, but where do you work?
I work at Spirit Aero Systems. I went yesterday to go buy a car. That's why
Okay.
I'm not
Here's
home.
what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll $1,000 OR bond.
Dude, I got you. You know I got you.
All right, 1,000 own recognizance bond. There's conditions. You not have any contact with Diana Winesberry, okay?
Yes, sir.
No contact to be back in court October 17th at 9 a.m. Okay. I don't have a complaint to give you because there's not one yet. This just went to the system here. So in the meantime, you can hire your own attorney. If you can't afford to hire one, you can fill out an application. Since you're going to be bonding out here shortly, you can get that from the clerk's office. But it sounds like you're working at Spirit. You're going to be hiring your own attorney probably.
Man, we don't get no money like that, and we ain't working no overtime, Judge, for real. You know I ain't playing with you.
Well, fill out the application. We'll see where you sit. Okay.
I'm gonna need you. Hey, I'm gonna need you to really work with me on everything because I'm 54 years old. Diana just mad, man. I don't know, but you gonna have to work with me and her for real.
Okay.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't no game, man. I cannot be doing jail time. I got a life, and after this, I gotta get to heaven. It's almost over with. 55. Shoot.
Yeah.
Help me. When I get back, help me, man. Help me with everything, and you know what I'm talking about.
All right. Yeah. All right. We'll stand back in court. You got the date written down, sir?
I got it. We got it. But I'm just saying, if you don't ask, you don't get it. Oh.
All right. Very good. We'll be in recess until 10:30.
Yeah, that was just a little quick one. I just really like that defendant. It's like, man, my life's almost over. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to heaven still. He didn't say anything terrible. He was charming. He was fun. All right. Like I said, we're bouncing everywhere. Everywhere.
Sure. Thank you. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. And Mr. Watt,
Yes, sir.
sounds like you met with one of the attorneys. You're being offered an amended charge to attempt disorderly person. That carries a penalty of up to 45 days in jail and a fine of up to $250. This is alleged to occur in Flushing Township on September 15th, 2024. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights that I went through at the beginning?
I'm sorry?
You hear the rights that I went through at the beginning?
Yes, sir.
You understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you just take off a baseball cap?
Yes, sir.
Were you the one making comments?
No, sir. I'm not. I just didn't want to have it. I thought it might have been disrespectful to have that on talking to you.
But were you making comments at the beginning about not
No, sir.
laughing?
No, I actually had it on mute the entire time until I got to talk to the attorney.
Because the other guy says it was you.
No.
Pointing fingers.
Actually, I didn't actually even have my face on until one of you guys popped up. I had it sitting upwards like this.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right. Now, this is the second defendant. He asked, someone was saying something, and I looked everywhere trying to find what was happening. But Judge Goggins asked a guy that he saw a few minutes before this hearing the same thing. And the other guy said, like, no, that was the other guy. And I was like, I got to find these comments. And I could not find them. I wanted to see who was lying. But, yeah, not going to figure it out. Or I couldn't figure it out.
How do you wish to plead to attempt disorderly?
I'll take it. Yeah, so guilty.
Guilty? Okay. Is it true that on this said date time application, you're guilty of attempting to act in a disorderly fashion by causing a commotion enough to have the, I guess, the police come out? Is that true?
No, sir, it's not.
No. How did you act in a disorderly fashion?
And that's actually the thing, sir, because I was the one who called the police to come out because I needed help.
Okay, well that might be, but how did you got? How did you? Were you acting? Let me just ask this: were you intoxicated?
Yes, sir. I did have a few beers, and I was at my residence.
Were you outside? out in public?
Yes. Well, I was outside because I called the police and I couldn't go back inside because of my niece who was inside. That's why I called them in the first place.
And let's see, it looks like you were yelling profanities at the officers at one point. It says, did you do that? Do you remember that?
Sir, I actually didn't talk to them not one point, even louder than I'm talking to you. But yes, I did. I did call him, excuse my language, I did call him a fucking liar.
Okay, and yeah, it sounds like you talked to, when you got, I don't know who called 911, but somebody there, did you call them too?
I called, yes, I was the one who called 911.
You said, do your fucking job?
No, I didn't call the 911 and say that. I said that to him, but I didn't say that. I said he needed to do his job.
Okay, so
because of like why I called him is that's why I said that, because after I had been explaining the situation to him, he still didn't even attempt to look at towards the situation I called him about. He just sat and kept questioning me, and in the meantime, my house got locked up, and my niece went back to her house through the back door.
I see. And part of that though was you've been drinking though. That's part of it. I'm not saying it's.
Yes, no, I do understand though. I do understand that part. Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea, you won't have a trial of any kind, give up all the rights that you would have a trial, and you may be faced with those penalties?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody made any threats or promises to cause you to plead guilty other than the amended charge?
No.
Okay, I'll accept guilty plea to attempt disorderly. And it looks like you spent 3 days in jail. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll just order 3 days jail, credit for 3 days, and I'll just close this file for you, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Just got it. Just stay out of trouble for me, okay?
Yes, not a problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And you're all set.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thank you.
All right, just watch the language. That's all really. All right?
Yes, sir.
Get it out. All right. All right. Good luck to you. All right.
I'm not sure how to disconnect.
Oh, I got you. I got you here.
All right. Yep, that was Judge Goggins. I have no idea what's next. I think there's one more before Judge Boyd. 32 minutes. I feel like the video's 50-something minutes long, so the Judge Boyd one should only be like 15. We might have one more, or we're going to Judge Boyd. We'll see.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Judge Anzalone. This is a weird one, guys. This is a weird one.
We are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rodriguez Lofton. We have 3 files. 24-21769FH is a new file that has not been adjudicated. And on that file, there is a contempt of court for failure to appear for a pretrial on 9/11 of 2024. I have 2 other files, which are violation of probation files, 21-20524 and 23-21207FH. On both of those files, there was a request and summons for probation violation for failure to report as instructed on July 9, July 16, or any time thereafter, which is about 90 days ago. And the second allegation is that he had new charges on resisting, obstructing on January 9th of 24 in the Adrian city. And then let me see here. And the allegations on that violation of probation are the new charges and the file that has not yet been adjudicated. So on the violation of probation file, Mr. Lofton, you are currently on probation on one file for 2 counts of attempted assault of a prison employee, which carries a maximum penalty of
2.5 years, Your Honor.
2.5 years. And then on the other file, I think you're on probation for 2 counts of resisting obstructing a police officer, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 2 years in prison. And then the contempt of courts carry a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail. So, Mr. Lofton, can you hear and understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
If you were arrested overnight, and I'm just asking for my benefit and yours, is there anything that you may be influenced by that would make it difficult for you to understand today's proceedings?
Other than just utter confusion.
Okay,
Utter confusion.
so, Mr. Lofton, now I've explained to you that we're here for failure to appear on September 11th as ordered, and then the 2 violation of probations. Mr. Murphy represents you on the new file that you have yet to be adjudicated on, and the other 2 violations of probation. This morning, you had requested court-appointed counsel to help explain these things to you. Are you comfortable proceeding today?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so I've appointed Miss Underwood to represent you. I believe she's either spoke to Mr. Murphy or reviewed his notes. So I am going to open up a breakout room and I'm going to give you 2 an opportunity to speak. Miss Underwood, I don't have anything else on my docket for the next hour and a half. So please take your time. And all right, so I'm going to send you the breakout room. There you go. There he is.
Why are we here?
All right, we are back on the record with Mr. Lofton. So, Miss Underwood, have you had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lofton?
I have, Your Honor. I would ask the court to enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Lofton's behalf or continue
Now, I want a
the
new
not
judge.
guilty pleas that have been already placed. And I would like some information, Your Honor, as to what Mr. Lofton's current bonds are.
All right. So, on file number 24-21769FH, on that file, let's see, he has a failure to appear from February 12th of 24 at the preliminary exam. Let's see, he pled not guilty to that contempt of court. While he was in custody, there was preliminary exam scheduled. He pled guilty to the contempt of court. It was bound over to circuit court. And he was given a PR bond, or he finished his sentence on the contempt of court and then failed to appear on September 11th, his pretrial. And I set bond at 25,000. And let's see. He, yep. So at 25,000 cash. And then on the violation of probation, he failed to appear for the probation violation. And on those files, I also set bond in the amount of 25,000 cash on each of those files. So it's a total of 75,000 cash surety.
Your Honor, I would ask the court.
I would like a new judge too.
Okay.
I'd like you to recuse yourself. Yes, I've been here since 2016. I've worked with you. You are supposed to keep this straight. You have got me mixed up with NBA stars, rock stars, all kind of stuff.
So, Miss Underwood, I definitely have some concerns about Mr. Lofton's mental condition today. He was picked up overnight. He seems to be under the influence of anything. So I am going to set this over. Miss Adams, I've muted Mr. Lofton. So Miss Adams, when can I set Mr. Lofton over? Do we have any time tomorrow?
You do have lots of time tomorrow after 9 a.m.
How about Miss Underwood? I have some concerns about his mental stability because he's never made allegations that I've confused him for an NBA star. So I don't know what he might potentially be under the influence of as he was arrested overnight. So I'm going to set this over to tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, Miss Underwood.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was a funny comment though. It's so they can't rip it. So if they think that someone could potentially self harm, they put them in that vest thing because it's not loose fabric. It's not like a regular shirt. So if they give them the regular shirts, they can rip it and they can actually use it as something to tie with. So giving them that padded thing stops them from being able to use their clothing for that. Yeah, it's my best guess at least. Winter Witch, can you pronounce Lenawee? Yeah, Lenawee? I think that's how it's pronounced. Lenawee County. Dwight, thank you so much for the 3 months, Dwight. I give praise just to be part of this family. Yeah, yeah. I do too. I do too. Thank you so much, Dwight. Speaking of that, there were some more super chats that came in last night after the stream, so I just want to throw out some quick thank yous. Marie, thank you. Yvonne and Annalisa Molina. You three, thank you so much for the super chats after the stream ended last night. I appreciate it. Okay, last clip. We're going to Judge Boyd. Yeah, this one isn't anything as wild as normal, but it's Judge Boyd, and with everything going on with her, just wanted to play something. So I found something. Let's go.
And then Norma, on his case, Scott's case, I don't have. Okay, I just have it. All right, thanks.
Do you have a copy of the motion? Judge, do you have a copy of the motion on Mr. Austin's case?
Let me see. Just give me a moment.
Okay, sorry.
To modify bond conditions.
Beg your pardon, Judge. Yes, Judge.
All right, State, have you seen the motion?
I have not, Your Honor. But he's aware of what it is. He knows what it says.
Okay. All right, court is calling NIMAC number 758035, State of Texas versus James Austin. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Rosengart for the state.
For the
Charles
defense?
Bunch for Mr. Austin.
Okay, and are you Mr. Austin?
I'm James Austin.
Just a moment. All right, let's go off the record for a moment. So this case is an injury to a child, correct?
Correct.
All right, and the children that he wishes to see are one of the children the alleged complainant?
Yes. And they're all present, and the state's had an opportunity to talk to them today.
All right, and is CPS involved or no?
No. No, Judge.
State, are you aware of CPS is involved?
I do not have any knowledge of involved at this time.
Did anyone check? Is there some documentation that CPS ever go out to the location? The reason why I'm asking these questions, because if CPS is involved, they will have certain conditions.
Your Honor,
Yes.
if I may, yes, there is a CPS case, and the case items. So there is CPS.
All right, so here's the thing, Mr. Austin, before you speak, because there's information that I need. I know you're saying that the CPS case, maybe it's closed or maybe there are no conditions that have been set. But what I've discovered in my previous lifetime working CPS cases, sometimes the clients think something has happened and it happens.
Yeah, I probably should update you guys if you guys don't know what's going on. Judge Boyd is currently under review from the Judicial Council. I don't know. I don't know all the details. I don't know a lot of the details, and I might misspeak a little bit, but she's currently the judge for a very high-profile case where 3 officers unalived somebody while they're in their home. So the officers showed up and shot her while she was in her home. So they're being investigated for that. I'm pretty sure they're all 3 of them charged with. I don't know if it's necessarily murder, but I think they're high-level crimes. Yeah, I don't know what the actual charges are, but yeah, again, high-level crimes. And the defense attorneys asked for a continuance for multiple different reasons, and Judge Boyd denied them. So the attorneys filed a grievance against her, and they used her YouTube channel as part of the evidence for for her making a decision. But they used a lot of their claims had to do with YouTube. So she's in trouble with she's not in trouble yet. So I think they're still reviewing it and they haven't made a decision on it yet. But that's kind of in a nutshell what's going on. Again, I haven't gone deep into that case, so I'm not really sure of all the details, but on a high level, that's it. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Hasn't happened. So here's the problem with me entering any orders, and I'm not saying I'm going to grant your your attorney's motion or not, but I need to know if there are CPS orders and what those conditions are. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, with all due respect.
Okay, don't ever do with all due respect, because then what follows, people
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
that's what people always say.
Trying to be nice about it.
No, I appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I spoke with the CPS lady, and my wife has suffered with mental health throughout the years. I believe in the sanctity of marriage, so I didn't divorce her. The children were released to my custody. She left the children for over 30 days.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. All right. So I want everybody to be in a place of kindness, right? And to be in a place of kindness, you don't say you're only staying with somebody because you believe in the sanctity of marriage.
At a quick glance, that is my opinion as well. Like I said, I don't know all the facts. The hearing, People in Court actually has the entire hearing on her channel. So I highly recommend you go check that out. It is over an hour long. I think I've watched maybe 30 minutes of it. It might be over an hour long. I've only watched about 30 minutes of it. And in the first 30 minutes, they talk about YouTube for probably 25 of the 30 minutes. So, but I do agree with you. And again, at first glance, that's my opinion too. I feel like they're using YouTube because they're grasping at straws, and that's an easy target. But even the comparisons they tried to make to YouTube and her making the decision didn't really make sense to me. They brought up her mom, and that should be a reason why they didn't get the continuance. It doesn't make sense. I couldn't piece it together, but again, I didn't see the whole hearing. Maybe they wrapped it up and actually pieced everything together. But from what I saw, it was just all over the place, and YouTube was an easy target, so they used it. But again, just my opinion. Don't know all the facts, but yeah.
And you don't put, for lack of better terms, their issues publicly before the court when it's not needed. This is what I need. What I need is somebody, if you know the caseworker's number or something that's going on, pick up the phone, call the caseworker, and guess what? The state and the defense can talk to the caseworker. They're going to ask for the name of the oldest child, and they will go in their system and they're going to look it up and they're going to see what the status of the case is. Okay. Either they're going to tell me, yes, we've closed the case and the children are supposed to be with you, or either they're going to say, you're not supposed to have contact.
That's what I was just trying. That's why I never get into that.
So let's land the plane by having somebody call the CPS worker, and then I'll take up this matter.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Will they let me know, the CPS people, if it's the case?
Oh, your attorney and the state are going to call the caseworker.
Yes.
Okay. All right. James, Austin, are y'all ready for Austin?
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, they did make that point. But how do you prove that? And how do they know she called her mom? It's just weird. Them saying that they set up a TV in her mom's house so she could watch her daughter every day, which is why she's on YouTube. So what? Did the county pay for it, or did Judge Boyd pay for it? Judge Boyd bought her mom a TV and showed her how to sign on to the YouTube on her YouTube site. So what? But if her mom did help her, did change her mind on a case, yeah, that's not good. That's almost impossible to prove, though. They're not going to be able to prove that. And the bias against the attorney. Here's the thing, though. I think the attorney should have got more time. It's a very high profile case. She probably should have granted the more time. I don't know her reasons behind it. I don't. I didn't watch that case. I just saw the clips of it during the actual hearing. But yeah. But I also haven't heard from her yet. I don't know if she talks in that hearing. I don't know if she has an attorney in that hearing. I haven't heard her side at all. So just the people that are filing the complaints. All right, enough of that talk because I don't really know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to send anyone down the wrong path. I shouldn't be talking about it if I don't have all the details in front of me.
All right, so do y'all have information?
He spoke to CPS.
All right, we'll go back on the record. We're back on the record on night mag number 758-035, State versus James Thomas Austin. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Hey, Debbie. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
For the state, Charles Bunk for Mr. Austin.
All right, so, and you're Mr. Austin?
Yes, James Austin.
All right, you can lower the Bible.
Heather.
Look, I even covered it up.
All right, no. The reason why I say that is this. People will come before me and sometimes they bring Bibles. Sometimes the Bibles have not been opened, they're brand new. But I don't want anyone to assume or think that because somebody brings a Bible that it is in any way going to influence the court's ruling. I'm just here to listen to facts and listen to argument and make a decision. That is why I say that. All right. So you all had stepped back to speak with CPS worker?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So what are the results of that phone conversation?
So there is still technically an active case. The investigator does believe they're going to be closing it within the next month. As of right now, they have not set any conditions. They've also not spoken with Mr. Austin, but they've said the mother has been following everything, all their recommendations, but they do not have any conditions as of right now. And if for any findings or any of that, she did indicate she need to get back to me before giving definitive answer. But yes.
All right. So this is what is slightly concerning, and this is just based on my experience from doing CPS work. So it sounds like that's probably a family-based service plan. Is that correct or no?
That was how I'm interpreting it.
All right. So it's a family-based service plan. And it sounds to me as though their conditions or non-conditions is she has the children. She is not allowing the children to be placed in danger. I don't take any of these facts as true. And so therefore they're getting ready to close the case. What's concerning is they're getting ready to close the case and they're telling you they've had no contact with him or spoken to him. So I don't even know if they have factored in the closing of their case that he wants contact. So did anybody ask them about their concerns, or maybe they don't have concerns with him having contact?
So just from my understanding, they mentioned that I believe he does not. I'm not sure if he actually lives in San Antonio, or if he's back and forth between somewhere else. So from my interpretation that if he was not in the state or in a different state, those concerns didn't seem to be.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do with regards to your motion. I'm going to set this motion for a hearing. And if you all can have the CPS workers zoom in, usually they're good about zooming in, and these questions can be answered. Because I don't want to do something that causes confusion or violates orders or thoughts that they may have. So
While I have the complainant present, does the court want to address her while she's here to avoid?
Sure.
If the court has any questions for her, she is present. If the court wanted to inquire, I'm not suggesting the court what the court should do, but if the court wanted to inquire, she is present today.
Well, we can go off the record. If she is present and she wants me to inquire again, this is from my experience in CPS cases. If CPS has an understanding about her allowing or not allowing contact, and that's the whole basis for them getting ready to close that family-based service case, and she comes to testify, I don't have any issues and I want him to, that may affect or impact the closure of that case. So with that being said, if she still wants to come forward, she can.
Yes, we are all excited for January to see Debbie back in action. Hopefully, she's can hear us over her weed whacking. Yeah, we're all excited about that. Okay, this I told you I kind of forced this one into this video because I wanted to play a Judge Boyd clip. Not as exciting as most of the things I play, but you know it's Judge Boyd. We all love Judge Boyd. Okay, I'm gonna let this play out. There's only a minute or two left. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am gonna head out. You guys have a great evening. And as I tell you every Saturday, don't do anything dumb. I will cover your court case if you do something dumb. I'm not too proud of that. I will. So everyone be safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, bye.
But I mean, a family-based services case, depending on the actions of the parties, can quickly turn into a legal case.
Understood.
So it's completely. Do you want to talk to her, Mr. Bonk, and see?
I will. Yeah.
And let her know what the possible impact could be? All
I
right.
had a quick question. Is it okay?
Oh, you probably want to speak with her.
It's
Yes.
not like that. Is it okay?
Sure.
Yeah, I live in Florida, so
Okay.
the transmute out here is really, really tough with these
Just
places.
ask Mr. Bonk. You can appear by Zoom.
That's what I was going to.
Yes, just ask him. I'll allow people to appear by
For
Zoom.
the hearing thing?
Yes,
Oh, thank you.
sure. You're welcome.